This is live from the land of the Golden Dome, South Bend, Indiana. This is the Laskowski program. How's everybody doing? Tonight's going to be interesting night. Talk about unity. We'll talk about life of a lost one and how you can build off of that. I'll be right back right after this. I'm going to let this song finish playing. Well, here we are. This is the first show. It will be scheduled on my mom's birthday tomorrow night, but I am doing it tonight here on the 27th instead of the 28th, but it will be brought up on the 28th. It's almost midnight here in South Bend, 11 p.m. So, well, this is the first one I actually get an opportunity to check out. The setup here is a lot different from what you heard on the preview. A lot more professional sounding. I'm on a professional sounding microphone, so that's good for starters, right, guys? Yep, that is good. First line of business tonight, I was speaking about unity, and I can relate this in many different ways. From a job perspective and how I see, I'll call them the common person. Second one is family perspective of unity. Third one, you can make whatever perspective you want out of it. Unity is a hard thing to come by. I base it, okay, let's get to the starting point on this. Right now, I'm working at Speedway. Stupid gas station job, it really is. Especially when you have to deal with a lot of crazy, stupid people. Based on that being said, at a job like that, you actually don't have an opportunity to actually sit there and be personal with somebody, like something like GameStop, something like that, where, you know, when a customer comes in, they're going to be, you can actually get a chance to talk with them. You get a chance to actually interact with them. You become more personable through time. Well, at Speedway, at a place like that, it ain't nothing like that, honestly. You meet somebody for 30 seconds, you get a flash detail of what their personality is like, and a lot of them are just grumpy old assholes, pretty much. They really are. They're really grumpy. You try to say, hello, how are you this morning? And they're just like, I want my pack of cigarettes. Give me my pack of cigarettes. I want my Marlboro lights in a box. I'm like, well, good morning to you too, asshole. You know? So that's like a closed gap version of unity, I'll say. But really it is the truth. I have a buddy Nate works at GameStop, and got a chance to actually go in there and like hang out with them. You know, most people wouldn't do that. They wouldn't go to a GameStop and hang out. But then again, when you go into a place like that, you're actually getting a chance to like meet new people, and you get a chance to extensively get to know them. And good things can come of that too, because I had a good old conversation yesterday, and me and Nate were talking, and honestly, he might be giving me a job there for the holiday time, so I'll be having 2 jobs. But the good thing about that is I can exempt my time from Speedway and actually work at a place that's a lot more cooler than that, honest to God. So that conversation went very well. The conversation was basically pointed as that, you know, as long as you do certain things right, you may even have a shot to get in there after the holidays. So I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm used to doing that with the retail thing anyway, so I hope for the best of it, honestly. Um, family unity is something else I want to talk about as well tonight too. Uh, based on what we saw 10, 15 minutes ago, I wouldn't call that family unity by any means. you know, the story's long. I'll go into it real fast. I'll give an abstract of the story, pretty much. My cousin Josh and my cousin Corey are both helping me run this show tonight. So, and they've been very nice by letting me use a few certain things to actually make this happen. So I'm happy for that. Thank you guys. But right before I was about to get the show originally started, I was sitting here ready to get talk on the mic and whatnot. My brother snaps off on my cousin John, which happens to be Josh's brother. For a lot of you out there know who Josh is, so I can put his name out there and because oh yeah, I know who Josh is. But we're talking about his little brother. My brother just went off on him crazily. I mean, even I was scared. I'm like, damn, this is not good, not good at all, honestly. So we're actually starting kind of late because of that very reason. It was a bingo dabber, right? That's what it was. Yeah. Yeah, he wasn't listening, so we marked him, and it pissed off my brother. I was sitting here on the computer about to shut down the video that we were watching before we got started with this. That's a good video. I'll bring that up here a little bit later, too. Anyhow, getting back to the story, to get this done real fast, abstract of our story is that my cousin walked into my brother's room, which is directly across from where we're recording the show. Came in with a bingo marker, dabbed him on the back and neck. I never seen my brother get more pissed off ever in my life. Right there, that was something. I mean, he was literally screaming and yelling at him at the point where I was even getting scared. I'm like, oh fuck, man! If I don't do something about this now, who knows what's gonna happen? So, whew, it's crazy how some people can get scared. That was scary. Even that scared me. I'm like, damn, my brother can get that pissed off at somebody. Jesus Christ, man. So that's a difference of family unity, but overall, I'll say that family unity is very important. Also, you want to keep your unity solid with your friends as well. I have a feeling at times that sometimes that unity will be there, and other times it will not be there, and it bothers me, but it's life. One thing you'll figure out as life goes on, you'll see that people will start fading off. And unity is really thrown out the window at that point, which is sad because I wouldn't want it to be that way. But what are you going to do? I'm going to go here every half hour, talk about something. This is Unity half hour right now. I'm kind of keeping track of time here. Family unity is very important, but I feel sometimes that people get their signals crossed, or family members get their signals crossed with others and end up telling, I'll even give an example by saying a younger family member, which may sound like the right advice, but sometimes really isn't the advice that is appropriate for someone to hear. And my example by that is me growing up, I always became, I would say a pretty decent drummer, pretty good drummer. And I remember dealing with, as a younger kid, I guess if you want to call me that, I took it pretty hard from them sometimes because I guess what the direction of my drum style was going was in a completely different direction that our family is accustomed to, and that's old Polish music, really. So with that being said, I took on drums at 9 years old, dealt with a lot of I learned jazz. I was one of the first types of music I learned was jazz. I think that's probably one of the best that you can learn, because I think in very deep senses that jazz goes into metal. It has this incorporation for sure. So as growing up as a teenager and getting more into that field of play, in the metal field of play, didn't really go well with a lot of my family members. I took a lot of heat for that. So, but like I was having a conversation with them outside before I got started with this, I basically told them that at this point, you can't let nothing stop you. If music is your passion, go where you feel with it, because not everything's going to be like it was for them. You know what I mean? Just because they chose Polish music, which is fine. Polish music is great. There's nothing wrong with Polish music at all. The only thing with that being said is, I know for you guys are doing your own thing, and it's not Polish music for starters, but it is metal too, and that's something that I did too as well. So, I mean, I'm gonna tell you guys, just keep going with it. Don't let nobody stop you from doing it. Like I was telling you guys outside, don't let nobody tell you guys cannot do it. And that's the crazier thing too, is that back then I let that stuff bother me too. So I mean, you just can't let it bother you. You just got to keep moving on, keep doing what you think is right. That's the most important thing. The other friendship part of unity, I want to explain on my own account, because I don't think I get myself out there enough or accounted for with a lot of my personal friends that I have. And my own sense is this: I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to stab you in the back. I'm not going to not be behind you. I'm always going to be that person that is there. That's something that family unity taught me, was to be there for others if and when they need you. And needing you is a choice. It's not something that's mandatory, especially I think amongst friends. I think you expect that more out of family than you expect it out of friends. So I find that as very important as well. So I think based on what I learned from family values and family unity like that, I can approach that same situation with others that I would call friends, because I would definitely treat it that way. And that's I think is what is important. If you come from a good background, you meet somebody who has that common similar background, then you guys, or anybody in this case, will establish something good, because that's all you can do. And what really bothers me at times is when, even when you establish that good ground with somebody, there's still more than given chances that it can blow up in both faces, mine and the other person's. And this happened. I feel this way too. If you've not butted heads with your friends and be able to come back at a certain point and say, yeah, both sides are wrong, we could just sweep it under the rug, I think that's better off for most people. Because at least at that point you get a understanding that, yeah, we got to the point where we pissed each other off. And the only thing you can do from that point is try to make everything better. And once you establish that reconciliation, I think it makes friends even stronger. So that's how I feel, honestly. And yeah, I mean, that's why I say if you butt heads with your friends, most of the times things could actually work out for the better. So, and it has for me. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination when it comes to that. I've made my share of mistakes, and that's the way I like to keep it. I'm going to cut into a song here shortly. We're going to go take a pause break. When I come back, I'm going to stretch a little bit more about the Unity section just for a tad bit. Stretching into the second hour, again, like I mentioned, I'm going to be talking about the life of a lost one. Everybody deals with that, or have not. If you have not dealt with that yet, you will. And I find my past of 3 years ago is the reason why I'm airing this on the 28th, is because that is my mom's birthday. And at this point, it's been 3 years. So that's something I want to bring up. I'm going to try to get somebody to have that conversation with here on the phone. I'm not sure if that's going to happen tonight. All I could do is try. There's somebody that actually wanted to talk, a family member of mine that actually wanted to talk about me with this in the second hour. But we're going to go ahead and take a break. We'll be right back, and I'm going to go cut in the song. I'll give you all the information about the song after it's done playing. We'll be right back. That song was by Memorial Ash, song number 2. We wrote that song in studio back in summer of 2007. Probably one of the best group of songs that we've done as a band. I found it probably one of the most proud moments of my life as far as a musician is concerned. So that was a whole fun experience doing that actually. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. All right, line of business. I want to get across why I'm doing this. I am doing this because I feel that a lot of shows out there are very one-sided. I don't want people to consider me as a bigot, anyone who's better than anyone else. I'm doing this because I did this a long time ago, nearly 10 years ago in my life. I did this for the first time, and it was live radio for WETL in South Bend, Indiana. I was 19 years old when it happened. It ended up being one of the biggest passions of my life, and it's something I want to pursue to this day, and that's the biggest reason why I'm doing it. Another reason why I'm doing this is to allow local bands out there to get their songs heard. So I'm going to reach out to a lot of you guys here in the next upcoming weeks. And if you're willing to give up songs to have them played, I'm willing to play them. So you can, I'll keep in touch with a lot of these bands in the next couple of weeks. Also tonight, the last song you're going to hear at the closing point will be What My Cousins Here to the right of me, their project. I help them play drums in that too, so I hope everybody gets a good glimpse of that. And actually, I played drums on a child's drum set that is only a few inches high. I swear to God. When I actually felt big for once in my life sitting down and playing on that thing. Honest to God. So, no, that was very fun. Even for it being a small drum set, I still made the most of it. I'm helping these guys out. Yeah, exactly. Once I'm helping these guys out, just lending my services for the meantime. Memorial Ash, I hope at some point down the line when things can clear up and get a practice spot, we should be able to perform more. So I'm hoping down the road that happens with us too. But I want to reach out to the community. I want to reach out to the arts and entertainment locally here at home. A lot of awesome stuff here, more than what people actually think. We have the Brick House Burlesque Girls. Those are pretty awesome. I still want to make it out to one of those. I have not been out to one of those yet. Now I'm kicking myself in the ass for it every day for not actually going to check that out. I'm hoping to get in contact with the creator of that and have her hopefully phone interview, live interview. I'd like to have her around at some point as I hope this show starts to grow down the road. That's my biggest thing. I'm going to do what it takes to make this show very strong. So that's why I'm going to reach out to a lot of different things. That's because, for one, I do believe in art. I learned how to play the drums, and I think that's one of the most coolest things in my life that I have done, and one of the most proudest things in my life I have done. So because of that, I want to reach out to other performers, dancers, comedians. The comedy scene here in South Bend starting to pick up a lot, and that's a really cool thing because everyone likes a good laugh. I know everyone does. We saw a good laugh tonight. Well, way to go, John, for pissing off my brother. So, I was told, fuck you, Brandon, but hey. So, yeah, everybody likes a good laugh, and that's a good thing. I have a few guys who are also musicians out there performing in the comedy world now, and I think that's pretty cool. I hope they get John Baldazan on the program sometime. He's a very big feature into the comedy in our town, so that's cool. He's a really awesome, really good, awesome drummer. He's a really good guitarist as well. I still miss the band Arseth. That was one of my favorite bands in the scene in that day. So, very good guitarist. My guitarist, so my band actually has been pretty hot on the comedy scene as of late, and I feel really bad for not going to see any of his performances. In my own respect, I've been working a lot, so it's been taking a lot out of my time, but that's life, I guess, as we all know it. So he's pretty heavy into the comedy scene now as well. Um, Musically, I want to start getting out there more again, going to check out stuff, get a little more involved. I like to have some band interviews down the road as well. I'm going to incorporate a little bit of everything. I'm going to make this as good as I possibly can make it. And I don't want it to be all about me. I mentioned that to a lot of people already, saying that this show that I'm doing is not going to be all about me. I want to make it about what this small town can offer to people who hear this. And I think we offer a lot. Another big thing, incorporating, it's 11:30 here on the 27th. Actually, later than that, it's 11:45. My fault. Here in a matter of hours, probably within the next 10 to 12 hours, Oklahoma football team is here in South Bend. So if you don't think big things happen in small places, that's probably the biggest thing as of right now. Will be the Oklahoma Notre Dame game tomorrow, live here in South Bend. So I think that's pretty cool. And it's one of the biggest showcases around the country that people will be talking about, because we did beat Oklahoma last year, and I'm happy about that. So tomorrow's game, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. I think it could go either way, so I hope the Irish win. I'm a big-time Notre Dame fan, but certain things change in respect of Notre Dame. Just make the most of it, guys. Try to come out with a win tomorrow. Even when bad things happen, make the most of it. So I'm praying that they do win. Other than that, I'm going to go ahead and take another break here. I'm going to close out the hour here. The second hour is going to be a lot more firm than my first hour has been. A lot of it was just my direction and unity as far as I see it. I'll stretch unity at a different time. I guess in this segment of it, I just wanted to get my point across about what this show is going to be about in the future, and I hope that everybody will stick it out with me. So I'm going to go ahead and take the next music break, and we will begin hour number 2. And hour number 2 is, again, The Life of a Lost One. I'll be right back right after this. That was a band called the Splinknik Ganglion. Song number 10 from their CD. Rest in peace, you guys. That sucks to even see you guys go. You guys are one of the better bands in South Bend, probably of all time. So, I'd say you guys are the best of all time, at least in this area. And I know I might get a lot of heat for that, but God, it's the truth. That's about the most I can say about that. Entering the second hour here, we are now going to talk about the life of a lost one. I mentioned at the very beginning that it's been 3 years today that I lost my mom. Same with Uncle Dennis, yeah. Our Uncle Dennis also died in 2010. Earlier in that year, in January. So, the process is always hard. Not an easy process to go through. And anyone who's lost a loved one knows that. You guys know that right off the bat. How it feels. And a lot of people I've met through time have done just that. They have lost a loved one. A lot of it I learned from them. Staying prepared, getting ready for the worst, preparing for the worst. I learned it from them. You can call them coaches if you want to. Because I sure as hell will. If it wasn't for them most of the time, I don't even know where my life would be. So, with that being said, the process is not easy. And we all know that. And it's been very tough on me, even to this day. There's a lot of things I told that one person who is my mother. I told her everything, that if it was good or bad. And now I'm not even going to have an opportunity to at this point. But I do believe when people do say that they do hear you if you do have something wrong. Because they are your family. And most of the people I know have lost their mother. And it's crazy. Because you really got to keep yourself together, especially when the time comes and the worst does come to the worst. You're doing whatever you can to keep yourself strong at that point, and you're trying to discover how to carry on. So with that being said, that's the biggest thing I'm still trying to learn to this day is to carry on. And there's a lot of things I know in my life I have not done right. Now I'm doing the things that I would consider that I want to make right, want to do right. So that's one of the reasons why I started this. Because even at times like this, I know there's people out there that understand exactly what I'm saying. Exactly what I'm saying. And, I never wish it upon anybody, but it will happen to you as well one day. To those who have not experienced that yet. Well, consider this. Even us losing Uncle Dennis is the same way you would take it hard as, say, your own parents. At that point, you're gonna have, when you have to deal with that, it's not gonna be easy. And it, same thing would go for an aunt or uncle or a cousin or a brother or sister, anything to that nature. You're gonna miss that person entirely. And this year alone, I know a lot of people who have passed away. People within personal family members that I have their friends have passed away. So, it's tough. I know friends of family members who have passed away this year. 2013 has been a big year for that, in my opinion. With the loss of a loved one throughout a lot of people that I know. Sorry about that. The rough thing is carrying that weight that comes from that. But the only good thing you could do is try to make things better from that. So I feel, and everybody's going to do what it takes to make things right with themselves. For me, it was doing this again. Actually having a chance to talk. But first time around, it was with a partner, and it was about sports. And that's something I really didn't necessarily want to do now. I think now I'm lifting the windows open to myself and coming out there a lot more deeper than ever. Even back then. Doing this is a lot harder than doing a sports talk radio show. But sports is a common subject. This right here really doesn't have a common subject. But I am building that common subject with conversations like this, because I know somehow, somewhere out there, amongst a lot of people that I know, a lot of people, have lost someone. And that's where I'm building this case. Because when you do lose somebody, your life does change. It never stays the same. So all I can do is wish upon the best of my friends out there that have lost somebody. I know exactly how it feels like. And that's exactly where this topic is going. What are you supposed to do when you lose somebody? Where do you even begin? Where does your mind even begin to think, okay, what do I have to do at this point now? Because the only witnesses you're going to have after you lost that person that really loves you is everybody else around you. They're going to be the witnesses to determine, okay, this person is doing something right, or no, this person's not doing nothing right at all. And it's criticism and it's judgment, but that's the whole point. Everyone criticizes, everyone judges someone. But I think it's how you are remembered. I think it's how you are remembered by someone, by your witnesses, family, friends, whatever it may be. Those are the people that are going to judge you in the end. They're the ones that are going to have the story to tell about you. Whether if you were a good person or a piece of shit. Either way, they're going to have a testament about you. And that's why I'm doing this again. Is because if I do want to be remembered, I want to be remembered by something that I'm doing that I love to do. Besides playing drums. Is this right here. This is something I love to do, something I've been putting a lot of time into, something I've been thinking about doing for the last 3 or 4 years. Is finally doing this again. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. And I guarantee you there's going to be a lot of things that I'm going to bring up that I want to talk about. That I feel that most people are afraid to talk about. That's one thing about people that I even know. No, everybody's afraid to talk about inner feelings. That's just a road you don't go down. Well, I'm not that person. I want to talk about those things. I think everybody has a right to talk about those things. And that's why this show will progress in that nature. I will talk about things that most people won't talk about, that everyone silence themselves on. I'm not going to silence myself. And I brought up many topics in the past amongst people that I know that just don't ever get talked about. I may present the topic, but they're not saying anything in return. So it's the silent topics. And I will talk about them. This one doesn't want to be brought up by anybody. The life of a lost one. Because when you start thinking about it, it brings back bad memories. Or it brings back those memories of when and how it happened. But I think if my mom, and I'll even throw Uncle Dennis into this concept, if I know they were here today, they'd at least respect me for doing this. Giving it a try, a fair try. Through a microphone, through a little mixer here into a laptop. That's how I have this show set up tonight. I even took a picture of it and I will post it. Because I think it is pretty cool. Because walking into something like this reminded me, and I even said this to my brother right before I was originally going to get started. Doesn't this feel like being back there again, back in that class? That's the first sight of enjoyment I had when looking at this very scenario. And I'm very happy to be doing this again. So, the big message is, carry on what you love to do. If it's this, if it's dancing, playing guitar, playing drums, being a fighter, MMA fighter, or learning a technical skill to be a technical skilled fighter of martial arts. If you feel that that's what you want to do, then do it. Don't let nobody hold you back from doing it. I'm not holding myself back from doing this. It's something, again, I plan on doing for a long time. And now I'm finally doing it again. So yeah, I know I'm maybe jumping out of bounds while I'm talking here, but I'm just getting it all out. So if my mom was still here, I feel that she would respect me for what I'm doing. And I know for a damn fact she'd be one of the first people or persons to hear this live tonight. She would sit here and listen to the entire thing, with every song break in between. Because what you would do. Do I hold family and friends to that standard? I'm going to say it's up to you to listen to it. If you want to listen to this, go right ahead. If you don't want to, it's a choice. But my choice is I'm going to do this. This is something I enjoy to do. I am not going to hold anybody against the wall if they don't. I just rather enjoy doing this as I will. Uncle Dennis would be proud of me as well. I've talked to my Aunt Darlene about me doing this finally for the longest time, and she said go for it, and here I am. Doing this on a day I promised a month ago that I was going to do, and I am doing it here tonight. And that's not going to stop a dancer from dancing. It's not going to stop a guitar player from playing guitar. It's not going to stop a fighter from kicking ass. Because they're all going to do it. Because that's what they love to do. Another good thing about this year so far is that I've been able to find people who are putting more of their passions into play, being the greater role. And I think that's what inspired me to do this again. Because everybody's taking what they love to do and they're applying it. And people that I even know from the back past, far back past. People who I never would even thought would become something, now they're excelling to be the best at it. For Mario Napper, somebody I met at a bar I played at all the time. Turned his life around. Now he's one of the best MMA fighters in the city. I will come and see you soon. You're one of the best in our area. And that's someone I got a chance to get very close to. Brian Johnson, you excelled at guitar. And now you're building yourself to excel in a comedy world. And I respect you for that. Everybody's applying something to make themselves known for what they are. And that's why I'm doing this. Because I want to be known for what I do. Two passions again in my life is radio and music. Being a musician and able to learn as much as I have to become the drummer I've become. Those are my big two. So I'm making it tonight about the inspirations of others. People who actually have dreams and are accomplishing those dreams. That's what it's all about. I'm going to go ahead and take another break here, and I'll be right back. And we are back. The song you heard was Time Columns. Good band. Time Columns. Good band out of Washington, D.C. But this is going to be a fun, almost close to the end segments here. We got today's special guests are brothers. Brothers of my family. Josh and John Wontuck. So this is gonna be good. It's gonna be good from every perspective you can think of. Okay. All right, here we go. So first, the mic's gonna be passed to you.
Why?
What the hell happened tonight?
I don't know. Get closer. Out there.
So what happened?
What? Lean in and talk. What? I'm seriously what?
What happened? I mean, so why'd you get yelled at? That's even a better question. What'd you get yelled at for?
Why'd you shit yourself? I didn't shit myself.
You gotta come into the mic.
Mike, it should be able to pick me up from here. What the fuck? I poked him. Something.
Poked him at what?
I don't know what it's called. I'll make it shorter. He came out of the closet and Mark Scott. You're a faggot.
And yeah, I was actually inside a closet. It actually was a green bingo marker. Right? It was, yeah, it looked green to me.
I don't know.
So tell everybody again, and I want you to come into the mic too and talk.
About what? Oh my god.
What, I mean, first questions first, why did you go into the closet?
He's gay. No. Because he had to make it a proper way of saying he came out of the closet. That's probably why. What the fuck are you doing?
Unbelievable. This is going very far real fast, huh? So Josh, what did you see of it? Tell your side of the story. Go ahead.
I already did. He came out of the closet.
No, but what did you see? How did you see him get mad?
John came out of the closet and marked him. That sounds fucking gay. Exactly the point.
So anyhow,
Art. Fucking dumbass.
you went into my brother's closet and grabbed a bingo marker.
You guys are taking this way wrong.
You went to his closet, grabbed a bingo marker, and you marked him with it.
And, they came out
And to be honest with you, I'll say again, I never see my brother yell like that ever in my life, like I did tonight. Well, you guys don't have to worry about him having a screaming match. I don't do that. Call it screaming matches with somebody. But damn, you really pissed him off. You know that? You really made him mad.
I thought it was a Laskowski temper. Oh, hell no. You guys fucking confused me. You guys said Laskowski's, then one tuck, then something else. If you see our one tuck side of the family, you see we get really pissed off, and then a couple minutes later, we're good. Isn't that everyone? No. Typically. Well, a lot of people I know do that. Well, actually, no, they don't get off really easy. What's the new low temper? It's actually.
You get have a temper.
But yeah, so yes, it's the one tuck temper. Yeah, normally people stay mad for a while. You want to put your face in it. What?
Isn't that crazy?
The fuck do you want to do?
That's you're nuts. You know that?
Whisper something in his fucking ear. What the fuck do you
Yeah,
say?
and you want to know what he told me? He told me not to go up to the microphone too far this time. And I can see why, because I'm actually very aware of where the controls are at right now. Dumbass.
Well, he turned the sensitivity up, so won't that make him really loud?
No. I'm even away from it. I could talk just as much as I was talking in it earlier, honestly. So John,
What?
why did you clean Josh's room for?
Because he told me to. He told me to fold his fucking clothes, and I just got bored. I was joking.
You were dumb enough to listen.
I don't care. Hey, Girl Scout, you're supposed to bring me some cookies. I'll kill you. I'm serious. I dare you try.
Don't be Dexter. This ain't an episode of Dexter. Let's stop.
John isn't smart enough to be Dexter.
See how well informed this idiot is?
He's a serial killer.
It's a TV show that just ended. The series just ended.
He's part of the police force.
Okay, he's both. He's a killer and a police force person.
Oh.
No,
Is that
it was actually a
Dexter?
blood spatter
See that
analyst.
commercial? It said
Blood
Dexter, there's a bunch of
splatter
pictures all
analyst.
over him.
That's what he is.
That's all I fucking seen.
I knew he was part of the police force somehow. Somewhere.
He
Yes.
does a little crime investigating thing.
He just said he was a blood splatter
Specialist.
thingy.
That's fine.
But probably.
So, Josh, here's a good question for you. What annoys you about him?
His face.
You're a jackass.
Everything about him.
Fuck you.
He doesn't bring me Girl Scout cookies.
No shit.
Of all
Fucking
things, Girl Scout cookies. That's. This interview sucked. This interview sucked really bad.
You picked the 2 worst people to do it.
Yeah, I guess I did pick the 2 worst people in this case,
Well,
didn't
a lot
I?
of things happened today. So, really, you asked me, what happened today?
Well, you got tortured is what happened. You got torched. You're about to shit your pants.
No.
Let's go.
I'm
Let's
used
go
to
on
getting
this
yelled
cutting knife thing. Man.
I knew.
Cut me right here.
Literally, this kid was gonna shit his pants.
Great. He was swinging his knife back and forth, and I was right next to him. It cut me.
So we're gonna go
After we
to a
just
break.
got done
We'll be
with
right
the
back
fireworks,
for the
right?
closing aspect of it.
Dead grass.
Click the
Memorial Ash Song 4, another instrumental by us tonight that I happen to have a grab bag on real fast. Tonight's feature, this is a start. I'm going to try to incorporate, again, everything that I possibly can to make this show as successful as possible. Tonight's whole core concept was stick true to your dreams, stick true to what you're talented at, build a skill set and keep a skill set going. That's all one can possibly do at this point. At this point, I'll be on at Sunday nights, and I hope everybody out there will give me a chance. I enjoyed talking to everybody. It was a good conversation today. I hope you enjoyed it. There's a lot more to come here, honest to God. And Josh, what's your guys' band name?
It's Salvation of the Shattered.
Salvation of the Shattered.
Yeah.
And the song is called
Smoke and Mirrors.
Smoke and Mirrors. So it's Salvation of the Shattered. Smoke and Mirrors. I want to thank Josh for running the board tonight. He's the one who's been on top of everything. So I want to thank you, Josh Wantuck, Corey Smith. Want to thank him as well. And here it is. Have a good night.
You say what victory is your life? You say we should not be afraid. What can we do with so little proof? You hide behind your petty wood, your hollow heart so dark and cold. You try and take what we earn. We will not falter anymore. The best you wear, now your evil body shall be removed. The most straight line you breathe will be clear. For all to see what hides beneath, we shall smash the mirrors that reflect what we so believe. For you become our enemies. A false image for all to see. But what happens when your canvas red, white, clean? You color in the dark shade of your skin. What happens when the color fades? You try to see all our minds. We see through your heartless lies. We came to take back what you stole. We will not falter anymore. The best you wear, now your evil mind shall be removed. Smoke green light, your brain will be clear. For all to see what hides beneath. We shall smash the mirrors that reflect what we so believe. For you become our enemies. The time has finally come for you. Now that we broke free from your misleading dreams, this life has been changed by fate. Now we're not held down by fear. We begin our life for us to choose. We shall not return to this darkest dream, for now we have finally become free. We will not falter anymore. The best you wear, you hide your evil mind shall be removed. The smoke green light, your brain will be clear. For all to see what hides beneath. We shall smash the mirrors that reflect what we don't believe. For you have become our enemies. We will not falter anymore. The best you wear, you hide your evil mind shall be removed. The smoke green light, your brain will be clear. For all to see what hides beneath. We shall smash the mirrors that reflect what we don't believe. For you have become